What's up, Vinyl community? Welcome back. This is Hubtunes. I am Mike. Vinyl finds for June 2024. Halfway through 2024. Very, very hard to believe. It's already June. Full swing summer here in Chicago. The last 3 days have been over 100 and humid, and then today I wake up and it was like 58 degrees. So typical summer in Chicago. It was unbearable there for a couple of days, but absolutely gorgeous now, and so hopefully the heat stays away for the weekend. Got a bunch of stuff here. I got a couple of reissues. I got some great new music from 2024, new releases from artists. These records are going to be very high on my list for best records of the year, no doubt about it. And I got a couple of pre-orders. So yeah, let's just get right to it. Little Feat, Feats Don't Fail Me Now, Rhino Records. What a great job they're doing with this Little Feat series. Again, they knocked it out of the park with this. I am so glad these are available in record stores and not only online. I'm tired of reading posts about people who had to wait through 2 or 3 weeks to get their records, dinged corners. I just mute. I just keep scrolling. I don't have time to read all the complaints. These are in the stores and no ding corners, and you don't have to wait. I picked it up at my local record store. Kind of the way it should be, if you ask me. I wish they did the Hi-Fi series that way, because I probably would buy them. Otherwise, I really have no interest. This is a great record. This one is a double record. The previous two, Dixie Chicken and Sailing Shoes, were 3 LP sets when they reissued them. One with the regular album, one with outtakes and alternative takes, and then a third one with a live performance. This one just has the original record and the outtakes, which is fine. You know, I don't necessarily need another live Little Feat concert, although they are pretty cool and they sound great on those previous releases. But this is great. Double album, beautiful cardstock, sounds incredible, all remastered. This is the one with Oh Atlanta and Rock and Roll Doctor, Skin It Back, Cold 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 is on here, a version of that. What else? Spanish Moon. Just a great classic Little Feat record. Probably my second favorite Little Feat record. Dixie Chicken will always be my favorite, but this is a close second. This is actually, I believe this is the first Little Feat record I ever heard. This is the one that really turned me onto them. And great artwork. I love their artwork. And yeah, great job, Rhino. You did something right, despite all the problems online that everyone seems to be having. One of my favorite bands, the Dream Syndicate. This is called These Times. I just picked this up. I did not have a copy of this. It's very glossy, as you can tell. But what gorgeous artwork. Is that artwork just incredible? I love that. For some reason, I didn't have this. This came out 2018, maybe 2019, right before the pandemic. They did not tour with it. And I kind of, because things got so crazy, I guess I kind of overlooked it for a little bit. And then I was listening to it the other day streaming, I was like, man, this record kicks ass. Their last 3 records have kicked ass. This one might be my favorite of the whole bunch. Really good stuff. This band's been around since the 80s, and I'm telling you, they get better and better with every record, and this is no exception. The second side of this is really where it's at. I really dig the second side. The opener, Speedway, Recovery Mode, The Whole World Is Watching, and Space Age. Really good 4 songs right in a row on the second side. The first side's great too. Black Light, Bullet Holes, and Still There Now. Excellent. Just a really solid record. It's good all the way through. You really can't go wrong with this record. And I picked this up for, I don't know, it was like $19. It was super cheap. A couple of reissues. Oh, this is another reissue. Sorry. This is Monsters of Folk. This band released this album. This is a reissue, a deluxe reissue. 2009, I believe the album came out. And by the way, I like this. It's not the original because this is kind of like the original cover is all black, just like this, but black and kind of like a silver. And so which one's the reissue and which one's the original. Original is very, very difficult to find, and you're going to pay a fortune for them. They didn't make many, and they're out there, but I looked for one years ago and I couldn't even find one. So Monsters of Folk are singer-songwriter M. Ward, Jim James, the lead singer for My Morning Jacket, and Connor Oberst, the vocalist for Bright Eyes. And the drummer is also, I believe, in Bright Eyes. I forget his name. But the three main vocalists are those guys. They each get a couple of songs, and they're really good. Are they folky? Yeah, not like folky, like acoustic folk. It's more rock driven folk, and it's really good. Jim James, his voice, they all have great voices. I think that's what really ties this record together. They all have terrific voices, especially Jim James. I have always loved his work in My Morning Jacket. It's no exception here. I think he actually has the best songs out of all of the three vocalists. But M. Ward has some good songs too, and so does Connor. I saw them on this tour in 2009 when they toured. It was here in Chicago at the Chicago Auditorium. I went with my good friend Jeff, and it was great. It was absolutely wonderful. Each vocalist got like a 15, 20-minute block. They would play their songs from the record, and then they would do a couple of songs from their solo careers. Jim James did Golden, the big hit for My Morning Jacket. M. Ward did some of his solo stuff. He had an album out at the time that I just loved. It was called something War. I forget the name of it. And then Connor Oberst did a bunch of Bright Eyes songs and his songs from here. It was great. It was a cool concert. They've never gotten back together. It was kind of a one-off supergroup kind of thing. This is on clear vinyl. It comes with a poster, which I will not undo. Clear vinyl. I don't mind clear vinyl, actually. I know people bitch about clear vinyl. I kind of like it. But, okay, now I knew if I pulled this out, it wouldn't go back in on video. Okay, we'll do that later. Oh, yeah, there it goes. But a cool record. Check it out. You can stream it. Monsters of Folk. That's the title, and that's the name of the band. Oh my God, just leave that down. Okay, next. This album's going to be very, very high on my year-end list. I love this band. Sorry, everything's falling over here. This is Eels, and what's his name? Mark Oliver Everett. I always forget. I always put him in the wrong order. He goes by the name E, and this is his most recent album. Eels have been around for a very long time. They kind of got their big break, and he made a shitload of money from the movie Shrek. He had a couple songs in Shrek early on in his career, and he kind of just now makes music when he wants to, how he wants to. Doesn't care if it sells or not. I mean, I'm sure he cares, but he just makes music that makes him happy. He doesn't have that drive to be a commercial success and sell millions and millions of records. He's made his money because every time a kid puts on a Shrek DVD, he's making money. But this is great. It came with a little... Yeah, I wasn't too pleased with that. I did pre-order this. This is the bright pink. Oh, it's kind of translucent pink. It's a good record. It's called Time. He recently went through some health issues. He is just 52 years old now, I believe, and his father passed away at 51 from a massive heart attack. And what did he have at 52 years old? A heart attack. And it really kind of hit him. He's had a lot of family issues. His mother was quite ill for most of her life, and his sister, I believe, committed suicide. He writes about it. He writes about all of it, and that's what I love about him. I think he's one of the great American songwriters going right now, and has been for a very long time. His music is so introspective, and just every time I hear one of his records, so much of it I feel like I can relate to, and that's what I really dig about him and this music. This album, a little more melancholy than Extreme Witchcraft, which was the previous record, and Extreme Witchcraft was my favorite album of 2022. It's just a great record. Probably my favorite Eels record. And but this is up there. There's some really wonderful songwriting. The opener Time, and You Won't See Her Like Again. The song Goldie is a little more upbeat, but it's about a goldfish. Metaphor. And Sweet Smile is great. And You Run, the song that opens the second side, is beautiful. The whole album is really, really good, and it's going to be very, very high on my list at the end of the year. I love the cover artwork. Just really cool. That's him kicking. I don't know if you can really see it on film. I'm filming. The hell. Okay, this is a cool record. I picked this up. This is Bonnie Prince Billy, Nathan Salzberg, and Tyler Trotter. And it's called Hear the Children Sing and The Evidence. And these are basically, it's a full-length record, but it's only 2 songs. One side is Hear the Children Sing, the other side is The Evidence. And those are 2 songs by the band Lungfish. Now, I remember Lungfish. I remember liking Lungfish. I didn't buy a lot of their records. I wasn't super into them. But I love Bonnie Prince Billy. He reminds me, he plays a lot with Bill Callahan. He's got kind of that same style as Bill. So I picked this up, unheard. This is definitely a blind buy. And I really dig it. I really dig it. They're each side is 22 minutes long, 21 and 20 minutes long, and it's their interpretations of these 2 Lungfish songs. They're mellow, they're laid back, they're repetitive, folky, definitely not like the originals. But if you like Bill Callahan and that kind of style of singing, you would really dig this. It's really, really interesting. It's going to make my list. It's not going to be super high, but I'm really, really digging it. It's a hard listen, though. It's not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone, but highly recommend it. If you like those artists, I would check it out. If you like Lungfish, check it out. You might like it. This is a record I've been waiting for a while, and this is by a band called Goat Girl. I have their first 2 records. This is called Below the Waist. This is great. They are kind of one of the very first videos I ever put on YouTube. I think it was like my 4th video. I did a video about their first 2 records. So if you go back into my stream of videos, it's like the 4th or 5th video I ever made was about them and their first 2 records, because I had just discovered them. I was so into them, and I still love those records. This one's great too. I think I like the first 2 better, but this is really good. They're all alternative, but there's a little post-punk in there, but then they get a little folksy throughout the record. They have wonderful voices, the 2 girls together. Excellent record. They're really difficult to describe. Stream them. Goat Girl. This is the most recent. They have 3 records. And now a record that okay, now I'm getting messages. It's so distracting. I'm sorry. This is a band I absolutely love. I have seen them several times. They have a new name. They used to be called Ohm, O-H-M-E. Now they're called Phenom. I don't remember the reason for the change. I used to know, but this is their name. This is their album, Not God, and it's 2 girls, and it is produced by Jeff Tweedy, and Jeff Tweedy's son is also in the band. Jeff Tweedy of Wilco, and his son is the drummer for this band. I've seen him live a couple of times. He's been with Jeff Tweedy's son, Spencer, has been with the band both times when I saw them live. They're really good. So these 2 girls, Seema and I forget her name, Macy. Seema and Macy, not related. They are excellent when they sing together. Their harmonies are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is upbeat, kind of folky. Excellent stuff. I really dig it. I was really surprised this came out. I was really surprised because I have tickets to see them in November here at the Chicago Metro, and the show I'm going to see them in November is billed as an album release party. But the album came out like 2 weeks ago, so I'm not real sure what the deal is with that. But it was recorded here in Chicago at the Loft, Wilco's studio, and it's gorgeous. I highly recommend this. This is going to be very, very high. Again, just like Eels, this is going to be in my top 5. It's wonderful. I really dig them. They're hard to, kind of like Goat Girl. They're hard to describe, but they're more melodic. Their vocals together are stunning, absolutely stunning. Seeing them live, just the way they sing. They're young girls. I don't think they're more than 30, and they're great. They might be over 30 now, because when they were in Ohm, they put out 4 records, and then this one. So this is their 5th record. So highly recommend them. You can probably look them up under Ohm, OHME, and still find this. This is Phenom, though. I think it's all listed like on streaming. I think it's all listed as like one band. One more new release from a band. A band. I love this guy. And this is kind of a jazz record. And this is the Andrew Bird Trio, another Chicago artist, like Phenom. I've been into Andrew Bird since the beginning. We used to see him in clubs and bars and everything back when he was known as the Whistler. He whistled along to every song, or he always whistling in the early days, and everyone was like, hey, we're going to see the guy who whistles. He plays violin, also. Seen him many, many times over the years. I bet I've seen him 10 or 15 times. He's terrific. He's a wonderful musician. But this is his most recent release. This is, it's called Sunday Morning Put On. And it's exactly what it is. It's the Andrew Bird Trio with Ted Poore and Alan Hampton on one side, and then the other side has the great guitarist Jeff Parker and Larry Goldings on drums. And it's jazz covers, reworked and redone by Andrew Bird in that Andrew Bird style, with his quirky vocals and his violin and his whistling. And it's, at first I was gonna actually skip it. I wasn't gonna buy it, and then I bought it and I came home and I put it on a Sunday morning, and I just fell in love with it. It's not for everybody. Even some jazz lovers might not even like it. I don't know. It's just terrific. Produced by Andrew Bird himself. He does a bunch of different covers. Caravan. It's all covers. The whole thing is covers. 10 songs. Caravan. I Fall in Love Too Easily. Django. I Cover the Waterfront is beautiful. Softly in a Morning Sunshine. I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face. Really good, just old covers of great jazz classics, but I want to say twisted. He twists them around and makes them his own, and it's really well done. I definitely recommend streaming it though, because you'll be pissed at me if you don't like it. This is an album. So that's all my new ones. This one, I don't know who turned me on to this. Damn, I wish I could remember. I get turned on to music by so many different, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or other YouTube channels or whatever. Somebody turned me on to this. This came out in, I think it was 2023. This is electronic music. And if you told me, I've said this before, if you told me years ago that I would be listening to electronic music, I would have told you to get out of there, because I did not like electronic music. I wanted musicians on stage, and they had to be playing instruments, that snooty kind of thing. But this is great. This is called Nomad by Lars Bartun. And I got it from the Mixtape Club. I've been buying a couple of things from the Mixtape Club recently. They're pretty cool. Go to their website. They got a lot of interesting, odd stuff. This is great. It's 2 record set. It's all electronic music, but there's some live music too. Like there's some real drums, there's some real guitar, there's some bass. So it's just wonderful, relaxing, intense music. It's relaxing and intense at the same time. I'm really, really digging this. I love the artwork. Highly recommend this too. I missed this in 2023. I'm pretty sure this was a 2023 release. Maybe this is 2024. Of course, it doesn't say. But yeah, great stuff. Cool. This is one that the Reverend Rock and Roller turned me on to, because he originally turned me on to these guys, Sam Gendell and Sam Wilkes. I love what these guys do together. This is their 3rd or 4th record together. It's a series of records. They all have very similar covers. Just cool shit. Also a little bit electronic, but there's some live stuff in here. really good, really, really good. This is more out there. This is definitely more out there than the electronic record that I just showed. But if you like jazz, you like electronic music, you like the two mixed together, this is excellent, excellent stuff. Thank you to the Reverend for letting me know they had a new album out, because I had no idea. It's called The Doober. Don't know what that's all about. But yeah, really, really good stuff. And then I picked up, this is last. I picked this up at my local shop one day. I walked in and I was like, oh, I like Hampton Hawes and this looks interesting. And it's on Prestige and it was super, super cheap. This is called Blues for Walls. I don't know what that means either. But it's got Hampton Hawes on piano, electric piano, synthesizer. Hadley Coleman on soprano saxes, George Walker on guitar, Henry Franklin on bass, the great Henry Franklin, Leon Chancellor on drums. It's 1973 on Prestige. It's a fun, funky listen. Is it my favorite? Probably not, but it's a good listen if you like that early 70s funk that was really starting to kick into high gear in 1973. I definitely grab this if you see it. Blues for Walls, Hampton Hawes. Excellent, excellent record. That's it. Okay, so I got a lot. I think like 11 records, 10 or 11 records this month. July will be a little quieter. Going camping for a week, so I don't know if I'm going to take a break or maybe make an extra video. Who knows? I might just take a break. Kind of like breaks. Going camping for a week, so see you when I get back. You guys, stay well. Questions, comments, snide remarks down below. Talk to you soon. Bye.